What's going on, everybody? Welcome in special Sunday episode of No One to Blame. We've got a jam-packed show. We had an amazing weekend of football. Started off with that banger on Thursday night between Detroit and Green Bay. We're going to recap that. We're going to recap all that college football conference championship action. The realignment in the bracket, it's going to be complete chaos. Some teams are going to be pissed. You know it. I know it. Kev knows it. Obviously, we got a little teaser there with Kev decked out to the nines. Clemson orange, baby. Gotta love it. Wow.
Big game.
Clemson, man. Oh, I can't wait to get into it. We're going to get into all the NFL Week 14. We got our best bets, our parlays, the Neffy special, the prop bets. We got letters. We got daily fantasy. We got fantasy football, and we're just going to be talking football, baby. Best time of the year, man. Cherish these moments, man. Cherish these moments, Kev. Kev, it's week 14 already. What happened to the time? I don't know. Anyways, let's pay the bills, Kev.
Alter Grounds Landscaping is the area's top professional landscape company. They're a family-owned and operated business serving St. Louis and the Metro East for 20-plus years. Their mission is to make your home or business stand out from the rest. They offer free consultations year-round. Get $300 off your project of $3,000 or more with code AGNOTB. That's code AGNOTB. They're booking pools for the 2025 summer season. So if you're having any thoughts about getting a pool for next summer, stay ahead of the game and contact them now for your 2025 summer pool projects.
Love it, Kev. Love it. Perfect segue into our next sponsor, Kayak Pools. Kayak Pools is the hassle-free pool experience that empowers customers to turn their own backyard into a fun and relaxing family destination. Like Kevin said, summer is over. Now is the time to start thinking about that 2025 pool. I know everyone in Buffalo just had a snow day. The last thing on your mind is a pool. But now is the time, man. Plan for it now. Be the first in line. Be the family that has the pool that everyone comes to, or don't. Just have a pool and don't invite everyone. Maybe you hate everyone. But hey, at least you got a pool to stay cool, eh? We got you covered, man. For the Great Lakes, the Midwest, Kayak Pools, the Alter Grounds, two of the best in the business. We're also brought to you by Dubby. Dubby is a game-changing energy drink made with clean, high-quality ingredients designed to keep you energized throughout your day without a crash. They also offer an electrolyte drink to keep you hydrated throughout your busy workouts, whatever might be going on in your life. If you're ready to try it, click the link in our bio, use promo code DUE, D-U-E, and get 10% off your first purchase. Find them at dubby.gg, promo code DUE. Last but not least, we are brought to you by Sons of Erie. An awesome one-of-one done by their awesome artist, the man formerly known as Otis. Sons of Erie is based in Buffalo, New York. Sons of Erie is dedicated to transforming your spaces with striking, affordable art that serves as the perfect finishing touch. They just had a massive sale. It's 50% off. If you're not into it, you missed out. But don't let that stop you, man. These things are not off the wall expensive, and they're going to make your place look way better. I got a couple new pieces coming in. Going to rearrange the backdrop a little bit. Going to mix it up a little bit for the end of football season. Going to be looking sharp. Kev, Hayes in the barn. Right. The bills are paid. How we feeling, man?
We had some chat. We got some in the chat already here. Sean, can you teach me the football? Well, I could teach you our football. That might not be the right football. Might not be the smart football.
Nose, coach.
Yeah. Big Clemson W here.
Yes,
that's your
sir.
Boy, right?
Wow.
Bills by 50. Bills by 50.
Might be 60 today, Miguel. The boys are buzzing.
My boy, here we go. My boy Duco getting tired of Clemson winning the ACC. Go Canes. Hey, you down. You's out. You's out of this conversation. I will say I do want your boy Cam Ward in that silver and black next season. So top 2 pick or taking Cam Ward.
Kev, keep it riding right now. I got my headphone had just went out.
Okay. Yeah, we've got once Jesse gets straight there, some big college football action, obviously. College football championship. Yeah, here we go. Duco, Cam to the Raiders. Love it. Love it. Cam to the Raiders. Yeah, so college football playoffs going to get hot and heavy today at noon. But man, last night we had some games. Couple snoozers, some weird stats in a couple of these games that were just crazy. We had UNLV, Boise State, UNLV 7, Boise State 21. Genty, 32 carries, 209 yards, and a TD. You getting there, Jesse? You good?
Yep. Good old technology.
It'll get you every time. We got Sean in the chat. Did anybody watch the Clemson game yesterday with Penn State playing? Ain't nobody watching Penn State.
No one watched
Penn
State.
Penn State.
Who cares about Penn State? It was
Only
all Clemson, baby.
Yeah,
it was all Clemson. Let me tell you why. On Tuesday's show, I gave out picks for every single game, and we'll recap all my picks. I ended up going 5-4, I think, overall. Not too bad. 3-0 on Friday night. The 3 best plays of the week, they all cashed, Kev. We only give out winners here, man. We're making everyone money. We'll recap them all. Initial thoughts, though, man. Oregon is a wagon. That Penn State defense is no joke, dude. And Oregon, man, they are good. Yeah, we know it. If you know, you know.
You know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Here's the whole crew. Whole crew's chiming in. Yep.
Man, that's a funny story. We might have to tell that one. I don't know. We'll see.
Keep it PG. Keep it PG.
Keep it PG. We can keep it PG. We were at so I'm in Charleston, South Carolina, and I moved here about 10 years ago. And all of my friends had been getting married, and I've been going to all kinds of destinations over the U.S., flying back to Buffalo for weddings. So not only did I get married in Charleston, but I had my bachelor party here in Charleston as well. Made the whole circle come down to Charleston twice for everything that they made me do over the past 10 years. And wouldn't you know it, Colorado is playing Oregon Saturday. The boys are all waking up. We're getting right. We had just left, the Saturday service. We're feeling good. We're connected. And all the boys are on Colorado versus Oregon. Prime's first year, all the prime
big
hype.
game. First big
I was
Colorado
the only
game.
one on Oregon. And man, what did they wax them by, like 50? Put a 50 burger up on them. So I'm up on the table, giving everyone shit, quacking. Quack, 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 quack.
Good day.
The boys know it. The boys. We just lost. All 10 of the guys that were listening just dropped out. So
dropped out. That's all the bachelor party talk. We're good.
That's it. Good times. Good times. All right. So, Kev, I want to start, if we can, quick. The Friday games. Did you get into any of the Friday action? Obviously, it wasn't. Two out of the 3 games weren't that interesting for everyone. Yeah. Army hosted Tulane. One of my best bets was Army +5 at home to Tulane. It was a bloodbath, dude. You can't have
disgusting stat from that game.
Oh, give it
to me. You had Army. So Army 35-14 over Tulane. Do you know what the passing line was? The stat line was for that game? Did you see that?
Total or just for Army?
The Army passing numbers.
No.
2 for 2, 17
Perfect.
yards.
Perfect.
2 for 2, 17 yards. They had 2 guys over 120 yards rushing doing Army. Army's doing what they do.
Oh, it was incredible, dude. It was incredible. If you were on Army +5, it was maybe one of the easiest bets of the weekend. I was also on Jacksonville State -3.5. We talked about this. We talked about all this on Tuesday shows. Make sure you guys tune into that. Rich Rod, he was going to go out with a bang. He's going to be going back to West Virginia probably. And man, did they ever. Jacksonville State buried them. It was an easy one. 2 of my best bets of the weekend right there. And then you had Boise State -4 at home to UNLV, and they covered as well. Boise State on the Smurf turf, dude. I don't think many teams want to go and play on the Smurf turf at Boise State.
Yeah, and that Jacksonville State game, 2 guys over 160 yards rushing.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, Rich Rod got him rolling on the ground.
Ran all over him. Western Kentucky, man. I mean, it was 52-12. I mean, it was never a doubt. All these games, dude, these were Friday night was the best 3-0 night that I could remember in a very long time. Jacksonville State 52-12. It was no sweat. The Army against Tulane, it was 21-7 at halftime, ended 35-14. And then Boise's, they got up 21-0 at halftime, and UNLV didn't score to the fourth quarter. I mean, dude, we were loving life on Friday night. Now Saturday, a little bit different story, dude. A little bit different story. Games didn't all swing our way. Ohio and Miami of Ohio played for the MAC championship. I was on Ohio +3 as the underdog, and every show I was listening to was Miami of Ohio, and dude, Ohio put it on them 38-3, baby. Yeah, I love that. Now let's get into some bigger games with some better implications, huh? Well, actually, one more. I was on ULL Louisiana, and the Raging Cajuns, man, at home got destroyed by Marshall 31-3. I was watching a little bit of this game, dude, and there was just no resistance from Louisiana on defense, man. I just, they have been playing so well. They're usually a high scoring team, and I liked the over in this game. I didn't touch it, but 31-3, wasn't expecting that. I don't know if you have any thoughts on these lower level games.
Nope.
I'm just going to keep it rolling.
Move on. Let's get to the big ones.
Okay, dude. So Arizona State, Iowa State, the Dr. 12 Big 12 or Dr. 12, Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship. They played this in Arlington, I believe. I think they played it at AT&T, if I'm not mistaken. And man, Arizona State was for real, dude. With this Cam Scatabo, dude, White Lightning.
16 for 173 total touchdowns. They had their best wide receiver was out too, Jordan Tyson. He was a transfer from Colorado. He was out, so I was kind of a little worried about this Arizona State this game, but man, so
was I.
They put it on them.
I was on Iowa State +2. It was a tight spread. I thought it'd be a much closer game, but with Arizona State's wide receiver out, they have a very potent running game. Should have looked into this a little bit more. Iowa State's rushing defense this year has been subpar at best. I mean, this is a perfect smash spot. And what happened? 16 for 170, 2 touchdowns from White Lightning. In case you guys don't know, Cam Scatabo, he is a white running back, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
There you go. Don't see it too often. What do you think? Is this dude destined to hit the NFL? Does he have that kind of talent? Do you know anything about this cat?
He will, I'm sure. He's going to have to go to the right situation. Team that maybe doesn't have him as the number one back, but has the packages for him.
Maybe the
Red and
Buffalo
blue
Bills.
hit that Buffalo Bills. Nice little change of pace from James Cook.
Bro, listen to these stats. I'll run off his last 5 games. Oklahoma State, 23 for 153 and a touch. Kansas State, he went 25 for 73. They have a pretty good rushing defense. BYU, 28 carries, 147 yards, 3 touchdowns. This is all on the ground. Arizona, and that was a huge game. They destroyed them 49-7. 21 for 177, 3 touchdowns. And then yesterday, 16 for 170, 2 touchdowns. Dude, White Lightning is something that I cannot wait to see go up against.
White Hope. Great White Hope.
Great White Hope. I love it, dude. I love it. Do you remember who was it that tweeted out about the NFL where they were talking about the super racist comment? And then it all started getting talked about like the all white NFL team and who it would be.
Oh,
Do you remember who tweeted that out originally? A former player.
Well, Will Compton. It was the running back for the Steelers. University of Illinois guy. That's gonna drive me crazy.
Jerome Bettis?
Nope. University of Illinois, Rashard Mendenhall.
See, that's why I don't remember because who cares about him? I don't remember exactly what he said, and I'm going to toe the line a little bit here.
Yeah,
it was definitely it seemed racist at the time. But it got the question stirring. What would
they
the
flipped
all-white
it.
NFL
They
team be?
Yeah, they flipped it into a good conversation after that. All the podcast did.
If you're not familiar, go use the you Googleizer. Go check out. There's a ton of awesome content that came from that. Dude, this game got good in the second half. Georgia and Texas, man. Texas was a -2.5 point favorite. I thought they were going to come back and put it on Georgia from that beat down they took. The game being in Atlanta did not lend itself to Texas. They end up losing in overtime, 22-19. But the ending of this game was absolutely insane, dude.
Well, here, let's I've got on my spreadsheet. I've just got C notebook.
Go off.
I was in on this one, man. Georgia, with 9 minutes to go in the second quarter, 4 rushing yards, 34 passing yards. That's insane.
Yep.
One of the stats that was crazy about them, they led college football in drop passes up to that point.
Is that right?
37. 37
Carson
drops.
Beck doesn't throw a good ball, dude.
Doesn't throw a catchable ball. Yeah. But man, Georgia, ended up with 54 total yards at halftime. Just, then obviously Beck gets hurt right going into half.
Yeah, but dude, it was only 6-3 at halftime.
Oh yeah, it was.
That defense came to play, dude.
That was let's call it a early 2000s SEC. Just no offense, just beating the shit out of each other.
It was a melee, dude.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. I got a note here. Both these quarterbacks suck. I just watching this game. Ewers on the first drive misses a wide open touchdown, almost throws a pick on a big play that should have been picked. And the takes are going to start coming out today, but would they not be a more explosive offense with Arch Manning in there? I know it'd be a crazy thing late year, but man, that offense, Ewers just doesn't look confident in what he's doing on a play-to-play basis. But man, I just didn't like the quarterback play at all in that game. It could just be a fluke, good defenses, whatever. But if them two guys are trying to be NFL quarterbacks, man, that did not show well.
Yeah, I mean Quinn Ewers' stats ended up looking all right in the game, but that super late pick, dude, I don't even know how they got it to OT. After you threw a super late pick, I turned it off. I was done. I was like, this is over. How did they get it to overtime? How did they get the ball back? Georgia had the ball right there again to score. Did they miss a field goal or something?
I can't remember how that transpired.
Let's keep it moving. Are the Canes going to get into the college football playoff, Kev?
No, absolutely not. It's between Bama and SMU.
Yeah.
Duco. It's right here. Who gets left out? I just think Bama's got 3 losses, man. I know they're in the SEC. You can say the ACC sucks or whatever, which is what any Bama fan, any South Carolina fan is going to say. But dude, SMU's got 2 losses. They played in the ACC championship game. You could whatever that means to you, I don't know, but man, 3. Dude, Bama had a terrible loss to end the season with Oklahoma. Like all they had to do was win that game and they're in. So I don't want to hear it. I just to me it's SMU is in, Bama's out, and it's locked up.
Oh man, but
Ward Sanders jersey, no. As I talked about in the last show, I don't buy current jerseys anymore because I jinx them. So I'll just roll with my Howie Long and leave it at that.
Love it. Philly Mike coming in. He's got a crazy lineup with Barkley, Kamara, McBride, and Bowers. That's what I'm talking. You talking DFS Philly Mike, or is that just your redraft league, man? That's a sick team this week. And if that's DFS, then I want to know what the rest of your team looks like as well, because all of those guys were very expensive, dude.
Yeah.
Bowers was $8,000. Kamara was $9,200. Barkley was $10,000. Who's playing quarterback for you? Kenny Pickett this week?
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man. Okay, so if Bama and SMU lined up in a neutral field, who's favored?
Oh, Bama, but that's not, and that's the first thing everybody's going to say. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the season. I think we're talking about because they played in the championship game. Bama didn't even play in the championship game. No, hands down, Miami be favored. There's no doubt about it. But I don't think that's the full answer on getting into the 12, if that makes sense.
Well, why didn't SMU schedule more difficult opponents then?
Well, again, they're
They
in the
played
ACC.
3 teams this year in the top 25, Kev. 3. BYU, or let's see, Louisville at the time was number 22. Pitt at the time was 18.
Beat them.
And then Clemson just now was 17.
Yeah, like I said, the schedule's a schedule. I mean, ACC. I mean, who would have thought Florida State would have been dead last in the ACC? People are going to have that argument. Yes, Bama would be favored 100%, but they played in the championship game. Bama couldn't even make it to the conference championship.
I understand, but they scheduled Nevada and Houston Christian.
Well, I don't know. This was their first year in the ACC. I don't know how far back that stuff was already predetermined. Moving forward, I think
it's a good point.
You'll see SMU with a tougher schedule because the ACC. I mean, Clemson did it a couple years ago where that was the talk. They didn't play anybody. ACC was down, so they started scheduling Georgia. They started scheduling Notre Dame. Clemson did. So now SMU is going to have to get in that same pattern. They're going to have to start scheduling some out of conference big matchups for discussions like these. So,
you and I talked off air about this. I absolutely love how college basketball does their beginning of season tournaments, dude. It is complete chaos. And I wish they did something like that for these football powerhouses, dude. Like, enough of these cupcake matchups, dude. Go and play each other early and make it happen.
I think we're going to get away. I think we're slowly getting away from that. If you think about it, like I just talked about, Clemson threw in Notre Dame and Georgia a couple years ago. And now
Georgia this year and App State. App State's got a good team.
Now that you can, have 2 losses and in some scenarios, potentially 3, it's not as big a hit as it would have been in years past. Years past, if you lose one of them games, you're not in the top 4. You're out. Now with a 12 team, like you can still get in with 2 losses, especially if it's against a Georgia or a top team scheduled.
Yeah.
So I think you'll start to see a little more of them cupcakes kind of go away. They'll still have some in there because they like taking care of some of them local smaller schools financially.
Yeah, I get all that. Yeah, I wish they make those like a preseason. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. There's got to be a better way to get those other schools some money. But
I think we're getting there. Yeah. Well, now everybody's got money, right?
Everyone's got it, eh? So Clemson, SMU, man, walk-off win for Clemson, dude. Clemson money line was the 3rd best bet of the week. Dabo, whatever you want to call him. He was going to get these guys up for this, man. This is a classic Clemson game here, dude. What a great game. I played the over as well. Unofficial play, didn't tweet it out, won't count it in my record, but I played the over. That went way over by about 10 points here. Dude, thoughts and takeaways from Clemson? What are they doing in the playoff?
It's going to depend on the matchup. Clemson's front 4 on defense is good, as per usual. But man, I actually was laughing with my wife last night on the broadcast. I forgot who was doing that game, and they're like, "Oh, these 3 linebackers for Clemson are one of the top trios in the country." And literally the next play, same thing South Carolina did to him. Quarterback running, their linebackers suck. I don't know what he's talking about. They cost them getting back into that SMU getting back into that game last night. Their linebackers and safeties cannot tackle. Front 4 is good. They got after the quarterback, but man, them linebackers potentially cost them that game, in my opinion.
What's the deal with the rushing attack on Clemson, dude? Is SMU's rush defense good? Is that something that I just don't know about?
No, Maffa was averaging 109.
28.
He was averaging 109 yards a game up to the last 3 games of the regular season. He hurt his shoulder. He has not been the same. He had like 25 yards against Citadel, like maybe 60 against South Carolina. He's not been that same guy. He's banged up.
Club did
they're
play
gonna
well.
have they're gonna have issues. 4 touchdowns. Cam Ward, baby. We'll take it. I love it. Love it.
You're gonna regret that.
I don't want no part of Prime and Shador. Like I don't know. That just seems like a nightmare for Vegas.
See if you guys can get Derek Carr back for the Raiders, dude.
Nope. I'm done with that.
Best quarterback you guys have had in 15 years, dude.
Oh yeah, longer than that probably.
But yeah, Clemson in the playoffs, dude. I mean, yeah, they got in, but I don't know, man. There's a lot of good teams in these top 12, and if these teams played again, I'm taking SMU straight up. Like, I think SMU. I think the moment was a little too big for them in the first half, but dude, they turned it on in the second half.
They settled in. Yeah. Well, Clemson started playing a prevent defense like early, like second half. They were just rushing bringing no pressure. They brought pressure early and got to him, and it affected them. Then they got almost like they got a little scared to give up the big play. But
okay, let's round it out, Kev. Penn State, Oregon, dude. This game, dude. Both these teams are really good, but Oregon, dude, quack, 13-0. You know that they just want to win this natty undefeated. I was on Penn State plus 3.5 in this game.
Really?
I don't know, man. I don't know who stops Oregon, dude. I truly don't. This team is good, top to bottom, dude. What are your thoughts on both these teams and the game and what they're going to be doing moving forward?
Well, this right here from Dave, Cristobal set landing up for success like that. They're rolling. Man, Oregon is probably the most consistent team all year. It's been an up and down year for most teams, and they've been. If I had to put money on somebody right now to win it all, it'd probably be Oregon.
Would you take
Oregon or the field?
Ooh, the field. What are the odds there?
Yeah, I don't know.
It is going to be interesting to see how the bracket and everything shakes out now.
So there was a lot of talk about the 5th seed. It's almost like there's a loophole in there. They're saying the 5th seed has the easiest route to the championship. So it's going to be anxious to see today. Interesting to see who gets that 5th seed and how the bracket plays out. So
can you expand on that? What do you mean?
I was listening to 2 podcasts, one yesterday and one this morning. So the 5th seed will end up playing again. This bracket has fucked with me all year. Basically, the 1 seed is going to have a tough route because they could potentially have to go play like an Ohio State or like I don't want to screw it up.
The way it was from Tuesday is Tennessee is playing Ohio State.
So the one would
Oregon
play the winner.
Would play.
Yep. And the 5th seed would end up playing like an Arizona State or like I can't remember the exact teams breakdown, but it was like going to be definitely an easier matchup.
It's going to be interesting to see how these things shake up now. With Penn State losing in the championship.
Well, I got some. You want me to run through these potential rankings that I seen today and how the So
let's do that. Let's round it out.
Okay, so 1 obviously was Oregon. Again, this is a projected rankings from some stuff I was listening to this morning. Georgia 2, Boise State 3, Arizona State 4, 5 is Texas. Now, in this scenario, this is where they talked about Texas could have a decent route to the championship.
Boise State is 4 and not Clemson.
Arizona State is 4.
And not Clemson.
because they were ranked ahead of Clemson in the previous rankings, and they won their championship game also.
My brain always goes to neutral site.
Yep.
What would be that's how my brain works, right? And it doesn't mean it's right or wrong, but that's just how my brain
they're going
works.
off of their last week's rankings. Arizona State was 15 and Clemson was 17. So that's what the college football playoff, how they had them ranked. So 6 is Penn State, 7 Notre Dame, 8 Ohio State, 9 Tennessee, 10 Indiana, 11 Clemson, and then this scenario they had 12. They had SMU getting in over Bama, basically.
Where was Texas?
Texas was 5.
Yeah, with you just saying that and me trying to figure this out in my head, that everything you said literally just meant nothing to me. But
yeah.
I need to see it on a bracket, dude. I'm sorry.
I got to see it, man. I need the bracket
for you just to rattle it off. But the only thing I would have is, yes, putting Arizona State ahead of Clemson. Arizona State beat number 16 Iowa State. Clemson beat number 8 SMU. And what I would maybe argue is the ACC better than the Big 12.
Yeah, that's
tough. I don't know.
That's the only switching would be probably Arizona State and Clemson if they think Clemson should be in ahead of Arizona State. But last week's rankings, that's not how they had it. But obviously there was another game played. There's another game played, so it depends on how they take that into the scenario.
All right. I love it, man. Going to be exciting. When are they putting the bracket out? Do we have that information?
Noon today.
Noon. Perfect. I doubt that we'll be live, but we'll definitely be talking about it on Tuesday's show. And yeah, we're going to be picking every single bowl game that they have. We're going to be doing the bracket on Tuesday. We'll fill out our brackets, and then it's going to be fun, dude. I love this. I love what they did. They listened, and that's the best thing for the sport, dude.
Hey, you give me a bracket, you give me some kind of championship format with a bracket I can print out. Hey, I'm in.
Let's go. All right, Kev, let's keep it moving to the NFL. Kev, as you know, everyone listening live, everyone who's going to be listening later, we go 3 best bets. We put together a parlay. We do a teaser. It's called the Neffy Special. It's a 3-leg, 10-point teaser. We give out our 5 favorite prop bets. We talk about a ladder. And usually, Jake, we hadn't mentioned this yet, Jake would just go wild to end the show with his crazy parlays. The Prince of Parlay is out sick today, guys. Give some thoughts and prayers to Jake. He is not feeling well. He couldn't do his show last night. His voice is just not there, but I'm sure he's got some parlays built.
I'm glad you guys are covering this Clemson game because nobody else outside of South Carolina watched it. Hey, I got news for you. There was a lot of people in South Carolina that are Gamecock fans that weren't watching it either.
Yeah.
So I've got a Gamecock heavy chat on my phone. I had to send them the link, make sure they were going to see if they jump in today. I have a feeling none of them did.
Sean, the main reason that we're touching on it so much is because I had the money line plus 115. Cash that shit. Okay, Kev, let's roll through your best bet, your parlay, the Neffy Special, week 14 in the NFL. Run through it, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, so my best bet, 3 best bets here. I've got Browns plus 7. Pittsburgh home favorite. I think it's at home. Hey, let's let Pittsburgh go down this week. At least not that 7. Cleveland, Pittsburgh over 43.5. I've been betting on the under. I'm going to take the over now, and it's probably going to screw me again on flipping on this. And Chiefs minus 4. So I just don't like that Chargers squad. So give me Chiefs minus 4 in that one. Parlay. My parlay, I've got the Bears plus 4. Seattle, Arizona over 44.5. That's at odds. Get you to plus 260. Then my Neffy Special, 10-point tease. So I've got the Raiders. Got some big numbers here. Raiders plus 16. We'll see. Panthers plus 23.5 against Philly, and Bears plus 14. Yeah. Thoughts, Jesse? What you got? I know you're hating my Cleveland and the Pittsburgh bets right there.
Kev, when are you going to learn to stay away from the Pittsburgh Steelers over and unders? Have you not learned your lesson having to wear face paint for a full show, and you're going to go back to that? Well, you played it last week as well, and you lost it again.
Hair of the dog. I'm going back to
17 games, dude.
Nope.
Pick a different
Hair of the
one.
dog. Going back to it. I'm hitting the over. Yep. We're going.
You're going to be.
I got to get Tomlin.
You're going to be disappointed. Pull that graphic back up. Let me go through this.
All right.
Please. Okay, Browns plus 7. Ooh. I saw it at 6.5. You got it at 7.
Early.
Yep. Early. The line shifts from, we tell you guys, get the lines in early. Get your bets in early. The lines are shifting every which way. I know it's a lot of points, dude, but they just played a couple weeks ago, and this is a Tomlin revenge game, dude. Tomlin, after a win, I know everything that comes with it, but Tomlin, they want to exact revenge on Cleveland. I think Cleveland's going to have a tough time. Jameis has been throwing pick sixes. He asked the Lord to deliver him from pick sixes. If you didn't see that, it is hysterical. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Cedric Tillman is still out. Yep, Winston's there. That's a blessing and a curse for the Browns. I don't think I like the over either, Kev. I think this is dude, this is Pittsburgh, what, 23-10? Like, I don't think Cleveland's going to find much success in Pittsburgh today. Let's see. You got the Chiefs -4. I love this Chiefs -4. Do we know Ladd McConkey's status? Is he playing today?
I believe he's questionable. I haven't heard that he's definitely out yet.
I do not know either. That is huge. If Ladd is playing, this is on Sunday night. Yep, questionable. Likely be a game time decision. They need Ladd to win this game if they're going to do anything. Yep. Pacheco's back. He played okay last week, and he's going to be rounding more into form. Look for the Chiefs to start playing a little bit better. I think I can co-sign the Chiefs -4. Cleveland and Pittsburgh over, man. I told you, I think it's going to be an under. I think you're going to be 0-3 on these 3 weeks in a row. And if that's the case, I don't want to see it on your best bets ever again. The Bears +4. Now that is interesting, Kev. How did you land on the Bears +4 in your parlay?
I'm off this San Fran team, man. I think the Bears offensively, Caleb has had spots in games where he's played well. I'm just off San Fran. I know it's in San Francisco, but I almost like Bears outright winning this game, to be honest with you.
Okay. I like the Niners here. Ultimate buy low spot for a team. They're not going to quit. They've already proven that they can run the ball with Isaac Guerendo. And when Mason and McCaffrey are out, Guerendo could do his thing. They're getting a little bit healthy on the backside of the defense too. So you're backing Caleb Williams on the road against the Niners defense.
I know.
That's crazy.
The Niners defense ain't what we think it is.
Yeah, I think you're gonna find out the opposite today there, Kev. And then the Seattle-Arizona game, man. I'm on the other side of this one. I am. These two teams just played a few weeks ago. I could pull up the score. It was like 13-9, and it was like a really bad Kyler Murray interception. I think was. Let's see. Yeah, it was 16-6 a couple weeks ago with Seattle. So Kenneth Walker is out. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you know that or not. So Charbonnet is going to come in, and I think if you got Charbonnet in your fantasy team, I would co-sign firing up Charbonnet.
Yep.
Dude, this Arizona team at home, I think they're going to get right here, dude. You got Seattle on a 3-game winning streak. They beat a banged up Niners team. They beat this Cardinals at home, so it's a revenge game for the Cardinals. And then they went on the road to the Jets, and you saw that game. That was ugly. They were very lucky to escape that game. They came out with a win. Over 44.5, though. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's going to be too tight. They're 1-2 in the division right now. Seattle 7-5, Arizona 6-6. This is the winner of this game.
Big
I
game.
believe if Arizona wins, I think they're in first place. I don't know. A lot of ins, a lot of outs. The Neffy special, I love it. Give me all the points, dude. Panthers one makes me nervous, Kev. Panthers one makes me nervous.
That's a huge number.
Dude, it could what if the score is okay. If the score is 27-3, are you going to be surprised today? Would that surprise you if it was 27-3?
Yeah, I think it would. Carolina's been playing a little bit better. Now I know it's their defense is terrible. But I think Philly late in the game, they're not going to be fighting in the fourth quarter. Carolina, a couple gimme garbage points in that one. Keep it under 23.5.
Philly's trying to get this 1 seed, man. I just okay. If we go, got to get the chart out. I got to bust out the chart. What does Philadelphia do best? What would you say Philadelphia does best?
Oh, are you talking offense or defense or just in general?
Offense. Sorry.
Oh, they're gonna pound the rock. Barkley's gonna have 150 plus.
Carolina last in the league rushing yards allowed. Third last in the league rushing touchdowns allowed. Okay. And then, so Tampa Bay went to Carolina last week, and I think they ran it for over 200 yards on them. I don't know, man. I don't see it now. In our big Survivor League, Mike and I are still alive. Shout out Miguel. We're taking Philly this week. They're -12, -13 now. I don't depending on which book you're looking at. He is very nervous about this week. He thinks that this is the one where all of a sudden you're going to see this crazy.
No.
The matchup's just too bad, man. It just
I think
is.
And again, why I took the 23.5.
I get it. That's a good number. I understand.
I think they're gonna run the football. I think a lot of people get lost in the betting world of the spread, and they gotta, to your point, all they gotta do is win. Like, it ain't college football. They don't have to beat them by 50. They just gotta win. So I think they'll get ahead. They'll run the football. Not a high scoring game. So I just think 23.5 is just too big.
I get that.
I get that. Means.
I get that. What is do we have the over and under for this game?
45.5 is what I had on my sheet at.
Yeah, so if under over is 45.5 and you're giving someone 23.5 points, it lends itself to covering better. I see this line at -14 now for the Eagles, dude. So it was -12. It's all the way up to 14, 45.5. That's from I'm on ESPN right now. This is all in one. I can get everything here, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Your best bets make me nervous this week, Kev. So
hey, they make me nervous every week.
All right, let me. I got some interesting bets this week, dude. Let's start out. 3 best bets. I'm going Tennessee. I got it at -3.5. I'm seeing it at -3 now. I got Arizona -2. This line is -3 now. Got the best of the number. And then Monday Night Football, Cincinnati -5.5 in Dallas. I will explain all of those in a minute. My parlay, I went ahead and I bought Tennessee down to -2.5. And then I bought Pittsburgh down to -6.5. It's going to get you +196 odds. For my Neffy special, give me Atlanta +15.5 in Minnesota. Kirk O'Bang's revenge game. I got Arizona +8 at home. I do not think they lose by more than a touchdown. If they do, Cincy plus 4.5. I don't care what Dallas has been doing lately. Cincy is still a good team. They still have a potent offense. They will not lose this game by more than 4 points. I love my bets this week, Kev. What do you think?
So Tennessee minus 3.5. That defense hasn't been as good as it was early in the season. That scares me a little bit, but
Mac Jones?
yeah, that's the only thing. Mac Jones probably
Mac Jones,
cancels that
Kev?
out.
Mac Jones
Yeah, he
scared you?
probably can't. Who? Who?
281-330-8004.
Oh, Arizona minus 2, like that. Cincinnati, yeah, minus 5. I like them to, that offense. I mean, we talked about it. If that defense was just par, Joe Burrow might be your freaking MVP. Parlay Tennessee minus 2.5. I'm all right with that. Talked about that in the first one. Pittsburgh minus 6.5. No comment on the Pittsburgh Cleveland game from my side. Atlanta 15.5. Revenge game. Minnesota, like it. Kirk Cousins has been terrible lately, but I'm sure something crazy is going to happen. That's a storyline game, right? We talk about these storylines that pop up week in, week out. So revenge game. Arizona plus 8, like it. Yeah, Cincinnati plus 4. Yep, I'm on it. Only a couple there I do not like, but for the most part, yeah. What we got here in the chat?
Yeah, dude, my headphones are going nuts right now. Hang on.
Okay,
I keep doing your thing, dude. I'm sorry.
I got you. Yeah, Duco in the chat. Raymond J. Yeah, your son has good taste. Cam Moore to the Raiders. Love it, Easton. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. Nick, 2006 throwback. That's what I'm talking about. Got some Mike Jones in there. And, here we go. Nick also tailing that Nefsy special.
Yes. Shout out Nick Fins.
All right. You want me to roll through my props here? Are you still having some difficulties there?
Yeah, I'm going to throw my headphones out the effing window in a second.
Here we go. We got Sean. Can't trust Winston. Are you sure? Staying away from that Pittsburgh game aside from Calvin Austin. Hair of the dog, man. I'm trying to get Tomlin. He's got me. I'm trying to get him back. So, all right. Let's hit up my props here. We'll go with my 5-player props. All right. I typically don't have my Raiders in a lot of my plays for obvious reasons, but man, Brock Bowers, I'm getting on his wagon for sure this week. So I got Brock Bowers anytime TD plus 160. Jackson Smith and Jigba anytime TD plus 170. We have, and then again, we talked about Barkley and that rushing attack in that Phillies game. Barkley 2+ TDs, plus 150. So I kind of come up with a little bit of a tweak into that one. And then Kyler Murray over 1.5 pass TDs in that game. As I told you, I like the over. So if it's going to go over, I like Kyler Murray to get to 2 TDs. Russell Wilson over 7.5 rushing yards. So I had to dig deep for this one here. He gets a scramble or 2 in this scenario in that game. I think he can beat that. Let's see. We got some stuff in the chat here. Yo, Sean, who you blasting? Yeah, who was you rocking in 2006? Big Nick fans. There we go. All right. Let's see. You getting going there, Jesse? You good to go, or you still need me to keep rolling? All right. Let's I will go ahead and let's jump I'll jump into my ladder bet here. So Brock Bowers talked about it. Got Tampa this week. Tampa's defense not as great as everybody kind of thought it was going to be at the beginning of the season. Trust me, I know the Raiders offense has not been up to par with their quarterback carousel they've got going, but man, there's only one consistent thing going on with the Raiders, and that's Brock Bowers. So yeah, I'm starting you off at 73 plus receiving yards at minus 114. And then we're going from there. I got 6 rungs. Next one is 83 plus receiving yards at plus 124. We get you to 93 receiving yards, get you to plus 173. 103 receiving yards, get you to plus 243. 113 receiving yards, get you to plus 344. And then the max out on my bookie here was 153 plus receiving yards at plus 1613. So man, Brock Bowers doing his thing. He's almost a given to hit these first couple ladders. He just, man, as good as it is right now at the tight end position.
All right. I'm back like cook crack. You hear me all right? Everything sounded good?
We are back. Yep, you're good.
Dude, I don't know what happened.
You jinxed yourself. You jinxed yourself with Don. You jinxed yourself.
Craziness, dude. Absolute craziness. My internet's fine. I'm not Don. But shout out Don. We love you, Don. We're just kidding. All right, dude. I need to rewind everything. I'm getting back into this, dude. Okay, Tennessee minus 3.5. Let me explain to you something here. The chart. If you're not familiar with the chart, people, I will bring it up in a little bit. I put together a defensive chart, and I actually added defensive DVOA this week, okay? Just to appease our data guy, Jake, I updated my defensive chart. 6 categories, and the lower the score, the worse the defense. The worst defense on the chart, Kev, you want to guess who it is?
It's got to be Carolina or Cincy.
Jacksonville.
Oh. Okay.
Jacksonville by 7 points is the worst defense on the chart. They're last in EPA per play. They're second last in passing yards allowed. They allow the second most passing touchdowns. They allow the 10th most rushing yards. They allow the 8th most rushing TDs. And it's not the internet, Don. And they are last.
Hey, get him, Don. Get him, Don.
Don, I'm surprised your comment even came through. Don sent that comment 30 minutes ago. This came through on his internet.
Got him.
Jacksonville is last in defensive DVOA, dude. Tennessee is going to win this game. Calvin Ridley, fire him up. Tony Pollard, fire him up.
Calvin Ridley, revenge game.
Westbrook, Akina, the 3 named wonder who's been a fantasy football darling. Start him up, dude. I don't care if Will Levis throws 2 or 3 interceptions today. Tennessee is going to get right. Don, yes, I like the over. The only problem is, dude, I do not trust Mac Jones. I don't trust him on the road. Jacksonville has not been able to run the ball with Bigsby or ETN, dude. Tennessee minus 3.5. Dude, possible lock of the year, lock of the century with Tennessee minus 3.5. Okay. Arizona minus 2. Like I said, I like the way Arizona has been playing. I had them plus 3.5 last week. Okay. Awesome cover right there. Shout out me. Arizona minus 2. I think they're going to get one back here. You got to dink and dunk. Right? You got to dink and dunk with this NFC West, dude. Arizona minus 2 today. It's up to minus 3. I saw it at minus 1 even earlier. I grabbed it at 2. I think they're going to win. Even if it's by a field goal, I think they're going to do it. Like I said, dude, Cincinnati minus 5.5. What's the odds for both defenses scoring a touchdown in that game? Good question, Don. While you're sitting there, how about you look it up for us, buddy? Just kidding. All right. Do you want to know where Dallas ends up on my chart, Kevin?
Third last?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep.
There you go.
They're right behind Jacksonville and Carolina on defense. You don't think Cincinnati's going to go in there and just wallop them? I don't care that they went in and beat Washington. They still let up a lot of points, right? Since in Cincinnati's defense, listen, they're right behind Dallas on these rankings. So I told you on Tuesday's show, I also love the over 49.5. It's a Monday Night Football game. Okay. We could talk more about that at a different time. But I think Cincy is going to cover this by a touchdown at least. I don't think Dallas is going to be able to keep up, dude. I like a lot of props in that game. We'll get to that. The parlay, I talked about Tennessee already -2.5. Kev, Pittsburgh -6.5. I think they're gonna put it on them today. I don't think it's gonna be quite as many points you saw in that Cincy game, but dude, Cleveland shows up on the chart twice. Okay, and one of them is defensive DVOA, which is an awesome metric for rating defenses. Cleveland is 10th worst defensive DVOA. I like Calvin Austin ladder, dude. I don't think Cleveland has got. So here's the thing: Pickens has a hammy, but I think he's going to go, and they're going to have to put. Was it Denzel Ward? They're going to have to put Ward on Pickens. Calvin Austin. They don't have anyone else on Cleveland that can keep up with Calvin Austin's speed. He's been getting going a little bit. Can you pull Sean's comment? Did he say something about that before?
Oh, here I got plus 2,500 for Jags Titans to both score defense or special teams TD.
I love that. Fire that up. Plus 2,500.
What were you talking about for Sean?
Sean had mentioned that. You don't have to pull it up, but Sean had mentioned the Calvin Austin ladder. Yeah, absolutely love that today. Yeah, dude. And I think the ladder starts low, and I think that's what we look for in ladders this week. And I've got, dude, our ladders have been on fire on this show. 3 weeks ago, I gave out the Jalen Waddle that went all the way to the top. Or it was 2 weeks ago. Last week, I gave out the London that hit 3 rungs on the London. Thursday Night Football, I had given out, who'd we give out? Oh, Jameson Williams hit 3 rungs in Jameson Williams. I've got a gross one today, but the grosser, the better. Obviously, the Neffy special speaks for itself. I covered all of these teams already. How about Atlanta plus? I love Atlanta plus 5.5 today, dude. I think the number is too high. I think it should be Minnesota 3. That's what I think. Thoughts? Yeah. On the Atlanta game. You don't have to. I know you already talked about all that.
Yeah, the Atlanta game, man, Cousins has been so bad, but bad Kirk Cousins can still chuck it. So that 15.5.
He's the guy that does a bounce. If anyone's going to have a bounce back game, it's going to be Kirk O'Bangs back in Minnesota. The moment is not too big for him, dude. It's just not. Jake just texted us that he's out still, but he said, good luck with the show. Jake, we've been on for an hour if you're listening, buddy, but we love you. Get better, dude. He is disoriented right now, dude.
Dude, that's funny. That is funny.
Jake's off the robo-tussing right now, dude. More tussing for the fussing for Jake. Kev.
Miss you, brother. Miss you, bud.
Yeah, we miss you, dude. Don, we miss you too, dude. We just, we can't hear you when you come on. Okay, I want to talk about these real quick. Brock Bowers anytime touchdown plus 160 is a criminal number. That is a criminal number, dude. You have to play that, dude. And AOC loves throwing to him. Guess what, dude? The over in this game, love the over in this game.
What's that number?
I love it. It could be show 46.5, dude. 46.5. An issue is the run game, right? But I think that lends itself to an over. I don't think Tampa Bay's got the horses in the secondary to keep up with Myers. I know Myers is banged up, but Bowers, dude, and I think they have a couple injuries. Do you know Tampa Bay slides into the chart, Kev? How about that? And you want to know what they're most susceptible against? Tampa Bay lets up the 3rd most passing yards.
Tight end.
Yep. And they let up the 7th most passing touchdowns, that Tampa Bay defense. They're 5th worst in EPA per play.
That's not your father's Tampa Bay defense. There's no Simeon Rice, Derek Brooks, Warren Sapp, John Lynch, Rondé Barber coming out. Yeah.
They absolutely are great against the run, but, dude, the Raiders can't run the ball anyways, dude. So what are they going to do?
Don't matter. Yeah,
dude, I like the over 46.5 in that, dude. And I would even, Man, I like the Raiders plus 6.5 too. We could talk more about that. Let's get more of these props. A JSN anytime touchdown. Now, this one worries me a little bit. I know that he's been on fire lately. This game, I don't think it lends itself to a lot of points, but I get your logic here. Plus 170 are pretty great odds, right? Pretty great odds. Barkley 2 touchdowns plus 150 is insane. Insane. Any other player to score 2 touchdowns is always plus 300 or more.
It'd be 3 something, yeah.
So check this out. I had fired up a 2 touchdown parlay. Barkley is one of the legs. The other one on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns, or just 2 touchdowns for how about Achane, dude? The Jets give up the 5th most rushing touchdowns.
I like that.
Achane 2 touchdowns, Barkley 2 touchdowns. Dude,
what was that?
Plus 775. Plus 775 for that, people. Get into it. Murray over 1.5 passing touchdowns plus 106. I do not like that bet today, Kev. I'm sorry. He hasn't been passing for a ton of touchdowns. I just don't like that one. So it'll probably hit. Wilson over 7.5 rushing yards. That's interesting. What has he been doing that has made you bet that today?
I just think these games, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, get a little squirrely. He gets out. I mean, dude, if he scrambles twice, just getting pushed out of the pocket in this, I don't know. I just that number stuck out to me. Seemed low in this kind of weird, AFC North divisional game.
He cashed it 2 weeks ago against the same team. He got 10 yards, but it is plus 167 for a reason. But Kev, you are always one. You do not lay the juice on props. Kevin always looks for the plus money props. Plus money, Kev, maybe is what we got to start calling you there. And you talked about your ladder too, huh?
Yep.
Ho!
Bowers, baby. You talked about it. Man. Tampa against tight ends, 3rd most yards. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah,
dude, he's the guy. They're going to throw the ball. They can't run the ball. Aiden O'Connell last week was probably the most competent they've had at the QB position all year so far. I'm not saying that was great, but it was definitely the best they've had. So yeah, I'm on Bowers.
City, dude. In Kansas City on Black Friday, Bowers went 10 for 140 and a touchdown. And the AOC played that whole game, right?
Mm-hmm.
AOC did not play the whole game versus Denver. Is that correct? Is that when Minshew got hurt?
No, I think Ritter came in after that.
Okay. Denver obviously is going to have a much better plan for how to deal with Bowers, and they have the personnel to do it. KC letting up 10 for 140 is insane. But, dude, 3 weeks ago, Brock went 13 for 126 against Miami. Now, obviously, the game script, them being down as much, lent itself to them throwing the ball more. But, dude, I think you're going to see that today. Tampa Bay can score. Mike Evans, if you got to fire up Mike Evans today, people. Mike Evans could have a day today. Okay. Kev, I like those bets. I'll get into my 5 props. I'll get into my disgusting ladder. All right. We're going to start off with a little parlay. Justin Jefferson, 76 receiving yards and a touchdown, plus 125. Atlanta, 10th most passing touchdowns allowed. They don't typically give up a ton through the air, but you don't need them to give up a ton through the air. Sam Darnold could throw for 220 and JJ can get, the majority of that, right? How do you feel about this?
So, man, Jefferson's got me a little gun shy, man. I've been trying to hit these plus money on his anytime TDs. He'll hit the yards number, but man, for some reason, he hasn't been finding the end zone.
He hasn't scored in his last 5 games. So what do we say?
He's due.
He's due, baby. He's went over this yardage total in 3 out of the last 5. He got going a little bit. He had 2 kind of rough games there. One was down in Jacksonville where they won 12-7. That was just a fluke game. And then that Bears game, I think that's when Addison went off for 140 yards against the Bears. But yeah, man, I think this is a JJ game. I don't think. Yeah, that's just what I think. All right. Now this next one, dude, same game. Ray McCloud. Kev, what do you know about Ray McCloud?
Not enough. What you got?
Ray McCloud last week went 4 catches for 95 yards. The week before that against Denver, he went 6 catches for 46 yards. Okay. A couple games before that, he hit 30, he hit 28, and he only had 9. But that's because Drake London had gotten hurt, in my opinion, right? And then who saw more? Mooney saw more. But I think with Drake London in and Mooney, I think with both those guys healthy, I think you're going to see McCloud get his today. And last week, 4 for 95, 4 catches.
A couple catches.
95.
Yeah.
He had a 60-yard bomb.
Get you to 33.
Dude, you don't need a whole lot here, okay? You don't need a whole lot. And look how low that starts, dude. 33?
Yeah.
Oh, that's spicy. Nick Westbrook, Ikene. What's not to be said about what this guy has done lately, dude? He has just been out of control. Will Levis has found something here, don't you think? 34 receiving yards? 34. He's went over this number in 4 out of the last 5. The one that he didn't, he had 31, and that was at the Chargers. Okay. He scored a touchdown in 4 out of the last 5 games as well. Being priced at 34 receiving yards, yes, you are paying a minus 130 on this. So if you want to grab, a little bit higher a number to get you plus money on that, yeah, do it. I don't know where they get this 34 receiving yards price. I told you about the Jacksonville defense already. This is so stinky. Something doesn't make sense, but dude, I'm riding the wave. Listen to these catch totals. 2 catches for 117.
So Randy Moss stat line.
48. 3 catches for 61. Those are his last 3 games. Now, the important part here, what I like the most, 8 targets, 5 targets, 6 targets, 3 targets, 6 targets, right? They're throwing him the ball. That's all you need, man. 34 receiving yards for someone that's getting down the field. His longs have been 27, 38, 98. Dude, fire it up. This next one, Trey McBride, anytime touchdown. This dude, him and Kyler have been on fire with each other lately. The problem is, just like Justin Jefferson, he has not went into the end zone. So his price is gone up. Plus 200 for a Trey McBride touchdown. I couldn't help myself. I was going back and forth because I have several other props that we'll close the show with later, of course. I could not help myself. Plus 200 in a must-win game here, dude. I love it. Now, I would also encourage you guys to go play receptions, yards, whatever you want to play. His last 2 games, 12 for 96. Against Seattle, this same team, Kev, he went 12 for 133. Both of those were on the road. He went 4 for 71 versus the Jets. He went 9 for 124 against Miami, dude. He's buzzing right now with Kyler. I think you got to fire Trey McBride up. The last one, dude, little sneaky parlay here. Buffalo Bills, shout out the hometown team. Kyron Williams to get 51 rushing yards and James Cook to get 54 rushing yards. That's going to get you just about even money plus 102 there. Any thoughts on that?
On the whole card?
No, just that last play.
Just the last one. Kyron, 54 rushing, James Cook, 51. Man, Kyron Williams, it doesn't really matter the game plan or how the game flow goes with him. He's about as consistent as it comes, that somebody who's not considered like a top tier running back. So yeah, I like it. James Cook 54 plus Plus 102. Yep. I sign off on that one.
Kyron, last 5 games, has gone over this number. Closest one was 62 yards. These are alt numbers, right? These are alt numbers. But that I like playing the alt numbers to get you to the parlay. Now, James Cook, last week's game is tough. You almost had to throw that one out the window. The defenders could not turn on a dime. But Cook has gone over this number in 3 out of the last 5. I think this is attainable. That's what I think. I think it's attainable. And let me tell you something. You know where the Rams come up on the chart a couple times, but the one time the Rams come up the worst, they let up the 6th most rushing yards in the league. We all know that Buffalo likes to let up rushing yards, okay? I think both those guys eclipsing that 50-yard mark, I think it's super attainable. What do you think?
Got it. Lock it. Love it. Hello, Diggs. Diggs, BTW7.
What up?
What's up?
What's going on, brother?
Comments.
Good to be seen, dude. All right. Let's introduce this disgusting ladder. Boom. Ray McLeod. I just talked about it before. When I'm looking for ladders, guys, I'm looking for rungs that start low. Okay.
Plus money too to start.
Right. So his last 2 games, he's gone 6 for 46, 4 for 95. I think they're going to have to throw the ball today on Minnesota. And you're telling me, Jesse, but Minnesota's pass defense, their rush, all this. I get it. They have a great rush defense in Minnesota, but you know what? Minnesota lets up the 5th most passing yards in the league. And don't break, maybe. His first rung was 33. Okay, that is one of my prop bets. I'm starting at 33. That is one of my best bets of the week. I've been hot on these best bet prop bets. Ray McLeod, 33. They fired up to 43. He's gone over this the last 2 weeks. That's plus 125. You want to march it on up to 53? Plus 181. 63. 263. 73 plus 387. 83 plus 579. He did that last week. He also did 93 plus 884 last week. Okay. He did it on 4 catches, people. He can go deep. Give me McLeod, 103 receiving yards plus 1383. I took it all the way to the top. I will never not take it to the top. Okay.
Take it to the top.
Yeah, give me some Motley Crue. We need to get that Motley Crue music in for this ladders, dude. I'm going to get that. Ray McLeod, 113 plus receiving yards, plus 2226. It's gross, man. I didn't say it would be friendly. It was gross a few weeks ago when I did the Jalen Waddle ladder, okay? It was gross.
Bang.
Now, Drake London is out there. I do like Drake London today at 70 plus receiving yards. That's minus 117. I do like that as well. I was also on the fence. Instead of playing McBride, I like Calvin Ridley. 65 receiving yards today, minus 114. Let's not forget, where did Calvin Ridley play last year, Kev?
Revenge game, Jags. Let's roll.
All right.
Storyline.
I will close. Do you want to do my other bets to close the show when I get into a little bit of daily fantasy here?
Yeah, we could. You want to? We got some start sits and the DFS, or
let's go to DFS first, and then we'll get into some start sits this week. With a crazy week on buys. As you guys can see, we got Jake out sick.
Oh, my bad.
We'll put it on loop real quick.
Yep.
Put it on loop. All right, Kev, we'll go snake format. You and I start us off. Draft. This is FanDuel, people. FanDuel.
Yep. FanDuel DFS. Jump in. Yeah, Kyler Murray at the QB position to start off. 7,800. As I talked about, I like a high scoring game in that. So yeah, I'm rolling with
that. Okay. Sam Darnold, 7,200. I was looking for a quarterback, a little bit lower price point that has could have a high ceiling today. Atlanta gives up the 10th most passing touchdowns in the league. Look for Sam Darnold to score 2, maybe 3 touchdowns through the air this week. I went with Tony Pollard next. Jacksonville shows up on every part of my defensive defensive chart. Pollard could do it on the ground and through the air. Give me Pollard 7,500.
Yeah, my running back duo here. I've got James Cook 8,500 and Saquon 10,000. I tried something new here. I typically don't go top of the market on any positions, but Barkley was the number one guy at 10,000. We talked about it. Carolina's defense terrible against the run. Philly is going to run the ball. I tried the top end running back and went lower on some positions. We'll see how it works out for me.
I did the same thing, Kev, and the thought process is they don't price anyone higher than 10 grand. I don't think.
Nope.
He's 10,000 for a reason. And you want to kind of pick people that aren't going to be too popular, but how many people are going to throw him in at 10,000? Is it a square play? Is it a sharp play? I don't know. I truly don't know. At that price point, I couldn't make up my mind. So I was like, I just need to get this dude in my lineup, man. Carolina is not good, and they're not good on the ground. I mean, we've seen epic performances. He could be the highest scoring running back through the first half of this game, right?
Yeah.
So I also went Saquon Barkley. I went Jerry Jeudy at 6,100. This guy's been on fire lately, man, and I like him with Cedric Tillman out. Give me Jerry Jeudy again.
Yeah, I'm on Jeudy also, 6,100. I feel you there. And then my other wide receivers, Jawan Jennings, 6,400. Again, since I went Barkley, had to go a little lower end on the wideouts, but I like Jennings to get in the end zone against the Bears. So,
ooh, yep. We need to look some of these up here, see what the lines are at. Maybe toss in a couple late bets together, huh? I went Amari Cooper at 5,700, right? When you had someone like Saquon into your lineup, you got to kind of go to the bargain bin. But dude, this is going to be, Cooper's been a little banged up, and you had the snow game last week. Hopefully he got a little more rest. That first game he played, dude, he went like 4 for 60 and a touchdown. Now he's in a dome. Josh Allen firing it up. I think Kincaid and Coleman, I believe, are both out again today. Give me Amari Cooper. Give me a little breakout game today from Cooper. Yeah. 5,700.
I got him going.
Right? The price was
right.
Him
going in a couple fantasy leagues. I had to.
I don't mind that today. Calvin Ridley at 6,300. I think this is too low, man. I think you might see a Ridley game today. All this Nick Westbrook-Akina hype. Man, I don't know. It's tough. I went Ridley, man. I went Ridley. I think he's going to have a game today. Give me 100 and a touchdown from Ridley today.
Yeah, so I'm on the other side of that Jordan Jefferson. I got Jordan Addison at 6,000 in that Minnesota Atlanta revenge game for Kirk O'Bangs.
Yeah, I like that.
And then I've got Kyle. I've got your boy, Kyle Pitts. Told you I was going bottom of the barrel after that Barkley pick.
Oh my gosh.
It's 5,300. We'll see what we can do with that.
Dude, I had Pitts and Disley on a fantasy team last week, and I had to pick, and I ended up going with Pitts, and they both got me 0. So that was fun. I'm gonna round out my lineup with these bottom 3. Tight end, I went Cade Otton, man. They have a nice little matchup today against the Raiders. Raiders show up in the passing touchdowns allowed, 9th most in the league.
Double tight end.
And Brock Bowers, your boy, $8,000 for a reason. This kid's a stud. They got to throw the ball today. And then I went with the Atlanta defense. I just went bargain shopping on defenses. Maybe Darnold throws a couple interceptions or something. I like Atlanta plus 5.5 in the game. I think we're going to see some points in that game too, Kev.
Yeah, I agree with that. Points in that Tampa Raiders game. I stacked Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. I got Marvin Harrison Jr. 6,800. I tend to like to stack my QB with a wide out somewhere, so hit that. And then Vegas, 3,100, bottom of the barrel with that also. But man, Baker gets in one of his moods and he's turning the ball over left and right. Maybe a Vegas pick six, fumble, scoop, score, something like that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, let's get into some fantasy start sits. Kev, do you got any conundrums this week? What are the teams on bye? Denver, Indy, New England, Washington, Baltimore, and Houston all on bye this week. Rough week for fantasy football. Some leagues are people are trying to get into the champion or playoffs. Some teams are in the playoffs. Kev, do you have any conundrums this week?
I have a couple. Had this one week in, week out. Murray or Herbert? I'm going with Murray. What's your thoughts on that? Herbert at KC. I just don't want to touch that.
Well, we saw what AOC did last week in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Why can't Herbert do that? I kind of like Herbert more.
I'm following my theme that you did not like in that Arizona game in Seattle. I like some points in that. Little points maybe in the KC game, but
where his conviction ever went wrong for you, Kev?
Yeah, no shit. Every week. Judy, Garrett Wilson. I'm going. I know it's that Pittsburgh defense, but I kind of went back and forth on this one.
I'm good with Judy there. I do think I like Garrett Wilson to get in the end zone this week against Miami. I'll look those prices up in a minute. Make a little note for myself here. I like that. It wasn't one of my best plays. I have not bet it yet, but I like him to get in the end zone this week. But dude, Jameis Winston likes to throw him the ball. He's been on fire lately. Yeah. I think you fire him up. I don't mind that. Miami's got a pretty good defense and Rodgers a win. That dude, that is a tough. That's a toss up. You're not kidding. That's a tough one.
Yeah. I mean, Judy was not even being drafted a lot of places at the beginning of the season. Garrett Wilson was like a mid-second round pick. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Kyler we got here. Mike Evans lock. Yeah. Yeah.
Neither of us firing up Garendo at his price. Yeah, could be an oversight on our part, dude. But
yeah,
the Bears defense they're no slouch. They're no slouch on defense.
Probably a good price though. To his point, I bet. Yeah. Here we go.
Coming in Raiders money line.
Let's roll.
I love the Raiders plus 6.5 today. I love it. I talked about it on Tuesday's show, Kev. Raiders are 5-4 ATS after a loss. After a win, Tampa Bay is just 1-4 ATS. I think it's too many points, dude. I think that Tampa Bay defense, I don't know. I think they're in trouble. Cosign Raiders money line.
Raiders, yeah.
Fire up. I think you fire up Judy. I think he's been more consistent, Kev. And you got another one?
Yeah, so Murray or Russ Wilson? Murray or Russell Wilson?
I think you got to go Russ Wilson here.
Okay.
I don't love either of those. You got option 3? Like,
nope.
Does it have to be those two? Like,
yep. The waiver wire was no better. Yeah, that was my. As you can tell,
maybe go contrarian and fire up Kyler, dude.
Yeah, I went Kyler heavy in fantasy draft season, so I got him in a bunch of leagues.
Kyler they need to win this game today. Pittsburgh could lose again to the Browns, and they're gonna be all right. Yeah. Cardinals have to win, dude. I don't think the Cardinals get in the playoffs without winning that division. So yeah, dude, fire up Murray there. You got another one?
Cade Otton or Ingram, tight end position.
Otton.
Okay. Yeah, I'm on that too. If Trevor was healthy, I might swing to Ingram, but not with
too inconsistent.
Mac. Yep. Okay, here we go. We got a couple ones here. Waddle, Jennings, Judy, Neighbors. I need 3. So again, Waddle,
Jennings.
Jennings, Judy, Neighbors. I think I'm sitting Neighbors.
What has Neighbors done since
Not jack shit.
Dimes has gotten hurt? Let me look. Let me consult. What has he done? What has he done? He went, he had 13 targets, 9 targets, 10 targets.
What's the yardage, though? His targets aren't the problem.
69, 64, 50. 59, 71 before that. Oh, man. I mean, I might leave Waddle out.
Leave Waddle out?
I might leave Waddle out of that. And let me tell you why. Because New Orleans shows up on the chart, Kev. New Orleans gives up the 5th most passing yards. They're worse on the ground, but New Orleans is 6th worst defensive DVOA. They show up on the chart. Both New Orleans and the Giants show up in the chart today. I like the over 40.5. I think it's up to 41 or 42. Got some awesome CLV there. Good for me. He's not scared to throw Neighbors the ball, man. I mean, Waddle's floor is lower than Neighbors. How about that?
Yeah. All right, I got 2 more here. Rico Dowdle, Hubbard, Chubb, Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Dude, do you expect me to remember all this?
I need 3. Dowdle, Chubb, Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Chuba's sitting. Was it 4 guys you gave me?
I gave you 5. Dowdle, Hubbard, Chubb, Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr.
Start Dowdle, Neighbors, Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm sitting Chuba, and I'm Chubb. Yeah,
it's Pittsburgh. Yeah,
Chubb hasn't looked the same.
Yeah,
he might fall into the end zone, but yeah.
Last one here: Pacheco, Dowdle, DK. Just need 1.
Ooh, I'm a Dowdle guy. DK has been battling a lot of injuries, dude. It's PPR.
Yep.
Dude, it's hard not to play DK. I mean, it's so hard not to play DK. I love, Dowdle's got an awesome matchup this week though. Cincinnati, dude, their defense is porous, dude. Dowdle, man. DK. Oh, wow. You put me into a pretzel. My mind is a pretzel. I lean Dowdle, but man. Who are you playing? You tell me. Who'd you pick?
I think Dowdle's where I'm at right now because DK, man, he just has been banged up. I don't know if he's completely healthy. Cincinnati's defense is terrible. So I think Dowdle's probably going to be the play.
Shit.
I'm not Pacheco. I have to see it again before I go down that path.
I have to start Pacheco in one league this week, actually. Same team. I got one for you. Let's see. I'm starting DK in this league. DeAndre Hopkins, Deebo Samuel, Jacoby Myers.
Man, if Myers was healthy, I would hammer him, but
I haven't.
He's questionable right now. He's yeah. Who is the first two? Who are the first two?
Deebo, who's been so, but I think it might be a Deebo game this week, and DeAndre Hopkins.
I think it's either Deebo or Myers. I would lean towards Myers
too. Yeah, it's a conundrum, dude, because all 3 of those dudes can do something.
Yeah.
I'm starting Myers, the Tampa Bay defense. I think they're going to have to throw it. I'm starting them. It's a must-win. I had Montgomery on Thursday, so I'm in an okay spot there. Let's see here. Okay, with Brees Hall out this week, I think I got to start up. This might be an easy one for you, but Bigsby or Chubb?
Bigsby or Chubb? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Chubb. Even though it's a tough matchup against Pittsburgh, obviously, I don't know, man. That Jags offense. I'm going Chubb. Just that might not be the right call, but man, I'm off that Jags running game.
So
yeah.
DJ Moore has got a quad injury, and he's expected to play. DJ Moore or Jalen Waddle?
I going Waddle off pure dude. I got a take on DJ Moore. Dude, DJ Moore is he doesn't talk like a diva, but dude, he's as soft as they come. He complains on every ball that doesn't come to him. He just stops. Like I thought I liked the dude. You watch him play, his body language is piss poor. Like he is just he's a whiny.
Well lately though.
Like I said, he's a good player, and I'm not his ability, but man, when you watch his demeanor on the field, and I know Caleb Williams is probably tough to play for right now because he holds on to the ball too long. He kind of shoots from the hip a little bit, but he like walked off the field in the middle of a play a couple of weeks ago that was going to end up going to him. I'm off DJ Moore.
So because even though he's been playing well, you're off of him because you just don't like him.
My pettiness. Yeah, I'm petty, so
that doesn't help me.
Call me Tom Petty.
This does not help me in this situation. I think I'm gonna start Waddle. I don't love it. It's a must-win situation for me here. Yeah, that's all I got for that. All right, I want to round out. I got some other bets, Kev. I got some other bets. Other bets that I've placed this week. We talked about some of these on Tuesday's show. I'm playing Philadelphia minus 12.5. Now, when I went and bet this earlier, the line was minus 13 and it was even money. So I was able to buy 12.5 to only lay $1.10 juice. So I'm on Philadelphia minus 12.5. I just Carolina, I think it's just people are putting some hype behind this Carolina team. This is a tough one, dude. Cincinnati and Dallas, Monday Night Football. I took over 49.5. Both teams show up on the chart. When both teams show up on the defensive chart, you play the over. That trend has been 3-0 the last 3 times. The same one, hold your nose. New Orleans, New York Giants, dude, over 40.5. Both are on the chart. The numbers do not lend itself to that, but both are on the chart, dude. With the Giants' defensive injuries today, too, dude, this could be serious. I also told you I'm on the Raiders. I got them at plus 6.5. I think they're going to be able to stay within this game today against Tampa Bay. You got any thoughts on any of those?
Yeah, I'll actually co-sign. I think all of them. The Cincinnati over. What was the Giants Saints? You had the over. Right?
I got it at over 40.5, and I think
over
that
40.5. Yeah,
that line is definitely moved.
I like the Raiders. What'd you say? What'd you have them? You said Raiders plus
6.5 is what I got them
at. This could potentially be one of them games where it could be an outright win for them.
Yep.
We got Don here. George Pickens inactive today.
Whoa.
Is that an injury? Or is that just him being a shithead?
No, hamstring. Wow. So
okay.
That's huge. So that Calvin Austin ladder, if you played Calvin Austin props, Calvin Austin ladder.
You got it early, got it. Yep.
Or maybe it's worse now with Pickens out.
Somebody's got to get some targets, though. Yeah.
They're going to try and run it down the Browns' throat, I think, with that 2-headed monster. Cleveland gives up the 4th most rushing touchdowns. I say a monster. It's more of like a 2-headed puppy, but Yeah, so this Saints and Giants game, I'm still seeing over 40.5. Couple more that I placed this week. How about Chase Brown to get 60 rushing yards and a touchdown? That's minus 124. Like it, love it.
You say for 60 yards and a touchdown?
Mm-hmm.
It was minus.
It's an alt number. His touchdown price is like minus 250 or something. The dude's been on fire lately.
Yeah. No, he's been good. That offense isn't a problem.
No.
Yeah, I like it.
So, okay, I'll read it to you here. He scored a touchdown, I think 4 out of the last 5. His rushing yards have been 70, 86, 42, and 120 the last 4 games. And now he's going to Dallas.
Yep.
I think he gets 60 on the ground. How about Jalen Warren, 35 rushing yards today, minus 110?
I feel like he hasn't done hardly anything lately. I mean, I could be wrong on that. Don't they have another back that's been getting some touches?
Najee Harris, dude.
No, not other than them two.
Nah, the other guy doesn't matter.
I feel like there was another guy in the mix now. It's the only reason I maybe wouldn't like it.
So at Cincinnati, they didn't get him in the game involved. He went 3 carries for 9 at Cincinnati, right? The previous 4 games, though, 45, 41, 66, 46. He had 45 against Cleveland just a couple weeks ago. I'm going back to the well here. Give me him with 35 rushing yards. Okay, I got an ugly one here. Oh, Cordero Patterson. Has he been getting some run? Is that who you're talking about?
I think he's probably talking because what's his name's out. So
no, that's the third back you're talking about in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I thought he was talking about with Pickens being out.
No, you were asking who the third back was. That's who it is. Cordero Patterson.
Gotcha.
How about a Travis Etienne touchdown today, plus 160?
Who?
Exactly. Give me a Travis Etienne touchdown today, plus 160. He's been getting more involved lately. I just
maybe Trevor Etienne. Trevor Etienne might find an end zone for Georgia, but
I think if they're going to find the end zone today, and I like Brian Thomas Jr. today too, but I fired up a Travis Etienne touchdown plus 160. Dude, check out this price. Calvin Ridley to get in the end zone today is plus 190. Smash it.
Smash it.
The revenge game, dude. Go parlay it with the 65 receiving yards I talked about, dude.
They probably got the quarterback. That's the first plus quarterback matchup they've maybe had all year. Levis over Mac.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Jacksonville gives up the second most passing yards and the second most passing touchdowns in the league. You're telling me that Ridley's not going to get in the end zone today? I don't care what they do.
I will say that not that it matters, but Jacksonville, I think, has a couple corners coming back today, but they were bad when they were in there. So I don't know how much it matters.
Yeah. Listen, I know that the chart's not in dig. The chart's a season-long chart. Madison officially out.
He's been out since week 4, 3. Yeah.
We got Sincere McCormick game today. Sincere McCormick. All right. And I touched on this one earlier. Give me Devon Achane and Saquon Barkley each to score 2 touchdowns today, plus 775. How about it? How about it? Kev, I want to look at a few lines today. I got a few lines today. So this Atlanta game has went from 5.5 to 6. Thoughts on this Atlanta game?
Man, Kirk Cousins has been bad lately. I don't know. I'm not confident. I think I like Minnesota minus the points, but I don't know. I'm indifferent on this one. I don't feel confident either way on it. I feel like O'Connell, the better coach team is Minnesota, and if it's a close game, they're going to win. I don't know if that's going to mean a cover.
Yeah, so Kirk has been bad lately. He hasn't thrown a passing touchdown in 3 games, and in those 3 games, dude, he's had 6 interceptions. Dude, this is the Kirk Cousins game. I'm telling you right now. Kirk's gonna come out. He's gonna put up some stuff today. He might have some interceptions. Would you co-sign each of these quarterbacks throwing an interception today?
Yes.
Not bad there. The Saints laying 5.5 at the Giants. Any thoughts on that?
I think I like the Saints.
Played the over 40.5.
Dexter Lawrence is out. That defensive front, who's been pretty good, maybe not getting as much pressure as they have been. They can't get to Carr. Carr could be decent enough to cover that.
Yep. The Jags in Tennessee, it's now 3. I got it at 3.5. Not good closing line value there for me. I don't know, man. I just got the feeling today. I don't have anything from Mac Jones. I'm sorry. I like Tennessee much better. Any thoughts on Jacksonville, Tennessee?
I think I like Tennessee minus the points in that. Not crazy about it. Obviously, that's a disgusting game to watch, which means it might be entertaining to watch because you're going to see some turnovers. You're going to see some chucking it deep for maybe them two quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's going to be an ugly game. The Raiders are now getting 7 minus 120. Kev, under over a 47 in this game. I can co-sign a little Raiders and an over teaser. I love the teasers. You know it. I love them. Get that in there.
I like Raiders plus 7 in general. This could be a game where they, screw up their draft status.
Yeah.
Win one they shouldn't.
So now Cleveland plus 7. Under over a 43.5, plus 7 minus 120, over 43.5 minus 115. Even with that Pickens news, that's interesting. I think the Cleveland plus 7. I don't know, dude. I don't think Cleveland's got it in them today.
You know how I feel.
Yep. Carolina line is up to 14 points now.
I like Carolina in my teaser. That's it. that nephew special. Give me the 10 on top of my whatever I had it at 13.5, 23.5 total after the tease.
Interesting line here, dude. Miami laying 6 points at home to the Jets. Now, I got the cornerback for the Jets is out. Why? Oh my gosh, Sauce is out, and Breece Hall, both out in this game. I might lay the 6 points with Miami, dude. Miami's got a chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Tua, had some decent numbers. What was that last week? But did not look good. Couldn't throw the ball down the field. But man, this Jets team, I just don't think is very good. I think I like Miami in minus 6.
Oh, that's a tough line. Seattle and Arizona. Arizona is minus 3 now, but it's Seattle plus 3 minus 115. Under or over a 44.5. We talked about this at length. I don't know, man. I think it's Arizona's game.
Yeah, I like Arizona. I got a couple things coming through on the phone right now. We got Bucky Irving is officially active. Okay. And obviously we talked about it already. Pickens is officially inactive. Okay.
How about Freiermuth getting in the end zone today?
Man, I'm staying away from him. I was on him. No, I agree, but he just hasn't. I thought he was going to be pretty good this year. I think that might have changed a little bit also when Russell Wilson came in. Russ has never been a big tight end guy, even going back to his Seattle days. So
he went 6 for 68 and a touchdown last week. And that game against Cincy, against Cleveland, he went 4 for 59. He scored touchdowns in 2 of his last 4 games. To your point though, it's been a tough season for Muth. He turning it on a little bit. I mean, Who are I think Pittsburgh running backs today? I think you got to fire them up. I'm glad I got that Jalen Warren place at 35. How do you feel about the Bills today, dude? Bills at the Rams. Bills laying 3.5 points.
Like it. Rams are, you never know what you're getting with Stafford. Bills are one of the top teams in the league right now. Yeah, I don't care what the number is. Give me it Buffalo minus the number.
Under over of 50. That seems high.
I would say under. Yeah, I think under on that.
Bills defense getting healthy. That number seems very high. I think I like the under 50 in that game. I might bet that.
Yep, I agree.
The Bears line is down to 3 points. They're in San Fran. I don't like anything about that game. We talked about you like KC -4 at home to the Chargers tonight. Division game is the only thing, Kev, that really scares me away from that.
Yeah. McConkey banged up.
Yep. Anything else you like today, Kev?
No. I think I'm just ready to watch some. Actually, in about 14 minutes here, we'll be able to hit that college football playoff. I'm actually intrigued on how that's going to play out. My phone is blowing up over here with anti-Clemson, ACC soft, you name it. It's coming through.
I love it. I love it. We've went really long today with two of us, an hour 46. Kev, I'm going to pull the graphics up one more time. Kevin's best bets, Kevin's parlay, Kevin's Neffy special for the week. Kevin's props that he likes this week, and Kevin's ladder.
Brock,
like
baby.
them all. Co-sign them all. Love it, Kev. This is where I'm landing this week. Gonna be a tough week, people. A lot of buys out there. Some slim pickings. This is where I landed on my props this week. And the ladder, baby. Ray McLeod. Fire him up today. Kev, why don't you play that show sponsor video?
Let's hit the snow removal for Alter Grounds. That weather's starting to change.
Hit it.
Give them a call. Yeah,
love it.
Hit up Alter Grounds. Don't get caught slipping this winter. They are taking new clients for snow removal for 2024. They can be reached at 618-972-9632. That's 618-972-9632. Or hit them up at alteredgroundslandscaping.com. Check them out on Instagram. They got your snow removal covered.
Free consultations, people. Use promo code AGNOTB, $300 off your project at $3,000 on more. We're also brought to you by W Energy Drink. W is a game-changing energy drink made with clean, high-quality ingredients designed to give you a smooth energy boost without the crash. Promo code DEW, 10% off. Go hit them up. Brought to you by Kayak Pool. Start thinking about that pool for next spring. And Sons of Erie. Kev, that's a show, brother. Good luck on all your bets today, people. Good luck in fantasy football. Kev, good to be seen.
No one to blame. Got 10 minutes. Go check out that college football playoff bracket. Let's see what kind of fuss we can start, right?
All I care about is go Bills, baby.